Om Shri Ganeshaya Namo Namah. Greetings to everyone world over, all our brothers and sisters across the globe. It's a green morning, green afternoon, and green evening. Hope you're taking care of yourself. It's a wonderful chill all around world over. Somewhere the temperature is in minus, somewhere is just equal, and somewhere it's plus. And you got to be taking care of same way. Somebody is in a best of health, somebody is in better health, and somebody is getting well soon. You got to be taking care of yourself in all circumstances and be happy, because this world belongs to someone else who has sent us over here. ये दुनिया किसी और की बनाई हुई है. हम तो बाबू मोशाय यहाँ पर कठपुतली हैं, और वो जिस तरीके से जैसे जब चाहे आपको अपने हाल में रखता है और रख सकता है. आइए चलते हैं आज देश विदेश की यात्रा पर. 14 तारीख को, यानी कि टुडे इज 11th, exactly after 3 days we are going to have North India Pravasi Divas, and that will be a 12-hour marathon right from morning 9 o'clock till evening 9 o'clock. We all will be together and we will be working in the direction where basically we can take care of all the activities related to education, skills, tourism, technology, and what all you can think of in future as far as the service industry is concerned, all that is going to get together. With these words, ladies and gentlemen, today is a special segment because every day we are focusing on one area. We discussed first day as a curtain raiser on education. Then we discussed about skills. And if you recollect, yesterday, we have talked about 12 important sectors which were identified on 28th of February 2018 by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. And today we are proceeding further because I still remember the corridors, the rooms, and the offices of the Ministry of Micro, Small, and Medium Enterprise, with the Secretary MSME, Additional Secretary MSME, Joint Secretary MSME, and a couple of other directors, all of us together. 3 years, our chamber, I had been going with the various projects, roadmaps, plans, strategies, innovations. Why don't we bring services sector at par with the manufacturing sector? Of course, agriculture is one important part of component of the GDP, and manufacturing also is very important. But services sector, which is contributing more than 55-56%, that I'm talking about without construction sector. And if you take the construction services also into consideration, then it moves even above 60%, which you have to consider. So micro, small, and medium enterprise when I talk about, and we are going to talk about tourism also very shortly in one of these days. Before, it may be tomorrow, it may be day after tomorrow, we will just work it out. But tourism segment also, SMEs, when I talk about travel agents, tour operator, tourist transporter, dhabe wala, kaunche wala, or chaat pakodi wala, or three-wheeler, all that whatsoever is being associated with tourism, they all are under small, medium enterprise. And there's a huge focus as far as MSME is concerned. Any country, any nation, anywhere on this planet, any country you look into, MSME plays a very important role. And if you focus on the MSME sector, you can do wonders. That's what I learned from Shri Rabindranath Ji, the former CMD of the NSIC, and presently the chairman of our MSME segment sector in this particular chamber. I'm proud of him. There's so much of learning from him all the times, and along with other friends of ours. Let's move ahead today and we talk about MSME service industry. 11th of January is also National Human Trafficking Awareness Day 2022. So you got to understand human beings, they're very important, they're very precious on this planet, and we got to live gracefully, decent way, dignified way, while respecting each other, and do not do anything wrong which hurts anybody. So ladies and gentlemen, ICSI basically is a confluence of the non-resident Indian from the world over, leading corporate houses, and of course, from time to time, all of us, we get together. It's a Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, and we got to work the new strategies, innovative strategies, pragmatic strategies, futuristic strategies, what all the kind of a policies should be there, which should bring prosperity and growth and happiness and development all around in the entire world. During the pandemic, I still recall the teachers and the youth we have been focusing on, because the Honorable Prime Minister gave the agenda, Atmanirbhar Bharat. So our chamber had been working, making education and skills relevant. And during the entire pandemic period, I'm so very happy that we had done more than 1,600 webinars with your support. So here comes agriculture, manufacturing, and services. That's what we look at. Now, look at this chart very. If you look at this chart very carefully, you'll get the complete constituent, these sectors of this service industry, and India got to focus on services exports. As I was telling you, 12 sectors being identified in the services sector as a champion sector by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, and one complete team was dedicated, and something amazing being done. It was a lot of learning. From there, we moved on to the Ministry of MSME. We met that time the Secretary, Dr. Arun Kumar Panda, Shri Ram Mohan Mishraji, and all of us together with everybody, we just moved on what best can be done in micro, small, and medium enterprise with a focus on services sector. Now, ICSI submitted various roadmaps, various strategy papers to the Ministry of MSME, how to bring service industry at par with the manufacturing sector. Let's take certain areas which we focused, and tourism and hospitality next to my heart. We talked about travel facilitator, tour operator, wayside amenities, homestay, paying guests, guiding services, restaurant, cafe, food outlets, outdoor catering, and transportation, taxi, cabs, pick and drop, jeep safari, tourist campsites. And then you talk about MICE industry, the events, and dance and theater groups, souvenir outlets, fishing camps, health and wellness outlets, tourist facilitators providing traditional dresses with photography, bike rentals, courier services, supply of firewoods to the hotel, lodges, camps, logistics, and then, of course, supply of the natural minerals, supply of traditional foods, vehicle rental, cafe shops, language translators, travel magazine content writers, and bloggers, and of course, the boat cruise and ferry business. These are some of them which we list out. They're small businesses and they come under the MSME category. Okay, let's proceed further. Media entertainment industry. We all talk about radio, television, theater, music, films, everything. Now, photography studios, mobile DJs, dance studios, video editing services, advertising clipping services, event planning services, musical band services, editorial writing services, freelance designing, web service making, video and audio library, music composition, location hunting, ad agency, PR agency, makeup and hairstyling academies, and coaching centers, and freelance event hosts, documentary and short film making, music classes, pre-wedding shoot, post-wedding shoot, during the wedding shoot, costume rentals, stand-up comedy, ad filmmaking, acting studios, couple of things which we had taken into consideration in media entertainment. And there comes something very important on this planet, that's education and skill services, the primary education, secondary education, higher education, coaching center, consultancy services, placement agency, online coaching, tuition, and homeschooling, counselors, online counselors, research and development, edtech services, and then, teaching, editing, curriculum development, instructional design development, writing, workshop, classes, adult education, teacher training, youth skill training, counselors training, coaching, mentoring, vocational skill training, educational support services. All that is the part of MSME when you look at the individual startups and people, those are small entrepreneur, and they want to move to the next level, education and skills sector. Then comes IT and ITES. Of course, it's a flagship of the services sector because more than 50% of the export from India is in services in IT and ITES. That's IT enabled services. And of course, it's a very big one. That's why we are showing you 2 slides. Then come financial services, retail services. They are also under micro, small, and medium enterprise. And the best part is that on 13th of May 2020, the Honorable Finance Minister of India, she gave the new definition and she told here onward, the services sector will be at par with manufacturing sector. It's what a historic day, what a wonderful day, because we have been looking forward to it. And she announced there'll be no more distinction between manufacturing and services, and they will be taken at par. And here was the revised MSME classification. That was also given, that how the micro, small, and medium to be defined, what exactly has to be done, what should be your investment, what should be your turnover, and in plant and machinery, what could be the cost of the equipment, all that being given. Now, services with technology in demand during and post-COVID. We all should realize that during the COVID, services sector played very important role, and post-pandemic also it's playing very important role. Services sector is today, and services sector is today. Services sector is going to grow leaps and bounds. Services with technology in demand during and post-COVID, when you talk about, and all kind of services, small services, small segments in retail, in customer service, in financial services, in security services, in entertainment services, in food delivery services. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we got to focus on our exports. The Honorable, the Commerce and Industry Minister has given the target to India that there got to be $1 trillion equivalent exports of the services sector from India, where all of us, we are working in together in that particular direction. Now, when you talk about urban and rural MSMEs, certainly you've got to be taking into consideration how do we move. The latest statistics, if you take into consideration, when you think about the number of MSMEs, how many are there in India? It's approximately, by statistics, some of them, they might have not been listed even over here, but basically 6.3 crore that is being given over here. And out of the total, when you take into consideration number of MSMEs under the Udyog Aadhaar memorandum, that's 1.02 crore that you have to take into consideration. And that is the figure we are trying to give you of July 2022. So criteria of the MSME, what is medium enterprise, what is micro enterprise, what is small enterprise. This program is going live on the YouTube in your own time, in your own spare time, in your own leisure time. You can go through and you can see. Now, what could be the statutory bodies under the MSME? Khadi and Village Industries Commission, Choir Board, National Small Scale Industries Corporation. Do you recall that a little while before I was talking about the former CMD of the NSIC, and that is Rabindranathji? That is the organization I'm talking about. Then the National Institute for Micro, Small and Medium Enterprise, Mahatma Gandhi Institute for Rural Industrialization. Now, if you see the Udyam registration, which is the portal being developed, and particularly with a focus on micro, small, and medium enterprise. What is micro? What is small? What is medium? What is champion? Champion are small hands to make you large. That is the logo when you think about Make in India, Ship in India, Develop in India, and Startup India for a prosperous India. Honorable Prime Minister is giving a lot of push and a lot of vision to this particular sector the best possible way. Now, reboot startup policies to enhance the potential of the innovative new ventures for recovery. A lot of startups are coming up, and the fintech companies are coming up, giving the great support system to that. And when you talk about MSME startup and ecosystem, and of course, entrepreneurship and self-employed and self-employment is also very important. Women and child empowerment is very important. When you look at tourism sector, we have already discussed quite a bit of it you can do. And now with health, there's a wellness ecosystem also, which we all have to take into consideration. People are more interested about wellness nowadays. And India's startups, they are turning, the unicorns, and their fastest growth, which is coming in the world, that's in India's, particularly startups turning towards unicorns. Indian edtech startups, those are in education. A lot of them, they have come up during the pandemic, and they have done extremely, extremely well. When you look at it, you feel that point of time, oh my God, what a wonder has been done onto this. Atmanirbhar Bharat is the slogan which has been given by the Honorable Prime Minister of India to all of us. And Atmanirbhar Bharat, how there could be economic multiplier, how India should become 5 trillion economy, and you can work from your home. That's what we all have realized and we have learned. Most of the corporate houses have given you an opportunity now to work from home. What is the government approach to public service needs? Fresh approach. Now there's a change in customer services trends. There's a change in service delivery trends. And there's a digital transformation of services, which is badly needed in our country, whether small service, medium service, or big service, or micro service. Innovative education and skills also is required for this particular segment, and hence the knowledge management services to be provided to every child, every youth, everybody, whosoever is coming in this arena. Immediate academic intervention, which is required over here, how to enhance the employability. And there you got to take into consideration what kind of a training is required. And then you require trainers also. So train the trainers. That is also most effective implication. We should be proud of it that the Honorable Prime Minister of India gave us in the thick of the pandemic, New Education Policy 2020 is going to be the game changer when it comes into totality, the implementation process. Vocational education, very important. Everybody got to be skilled. Training is very important. And for that matter, you have got various forums, you have got various means and ways. And at the same time, every child got to be multitasking. Develop your soft skills also. That's very, very important, because there are 135, soft skills which our chamber has basically shortlisted to enhance the capacity of the existing service industry entrepreneurs and introducing new entrepreneurs. That is the focus of our chamber, and that is with a complete focus on services sector. So innovation, invention, incubation, and knowledge and skills all having confluence together, various entrepreneurship development programs, management development programs with focus on service industry. And at the same time, pan-India, we need is awareness which has to be done as far as services sector is concerned, because till date, people feel services is armed forces services, Army, Navy, Air Force, or Indian Foreign Service, or Indian Police Service, or maybe some more services which you take into consideration. But there's a huge stock. And this is what I was sharing in a little while before with you, that there is a target being set that 2 trillion, the exports which has to be done from India, and 1 trillion by products, that is manufacturing side, and 1 trillion to be coming from services sector. We are proud of our services sector councils. They're doing wonderful job in India, and it's amazing because the number of children, number of youth, number of people, those are taking training. And we are very happy that the media entertainment sector, the wellness and holistic sector, and your MEPSC, that's Management and Entrepreneurship and Professional Skill Council, Sector Skill Council, all of them, they are doing wonderful job. Basically, they are working in the direction how to make India Atmanirbhar Bharat, and where the education skills and MSME are the integral part. Now, 21 modules of the life management skills, which our chamber has drawn, and which is beyond E4. It's beyond education, beyond employment, beyond entrepreneurship, and beyond empowerment. What exactly is to be done? all that is to be considered. Now, B2B, and during the pandemic, we developed this, we coined this particular area that B2B is no more business to business, it is back to basics. That's what we have to consider. And our observation is, and India's challenge in service export is our quantity, our quality, we require speed. We got a challenge of equality, sustainability, lack of awareness, and ICSI innovative strategy, which we submitted from time to time. We extend a very warm welcome to all of you. Do join us on 14th of January 2023 in the virtual mode. Come on our YouTube channel, ICSI India, and during the day, you can win lots of prizes and ready to win. Be with us on the YouTube live 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. IST. And on this particular occasion, you will have the release of the Service Industry Compendium of the ICSI for 2023, and we'll be focusing on 12 champion sectors. Besides that, 7 habits of the highly fulfilled people, and at the same time, digital inspirational lab manual will also be released on this particular occasion. Now, ladies and gentlemen, whatever your mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Come, let's work together. Let's make education and skills relevant. We have done 1,779 webinars till date, and we are marching ahead with you because you are with us. And before we go, let's have the glimpse of India's, the vision which has been given by ICSI, setting up basically inspirational lab to motivate every youth and every...
Welcome to the Inspirational Lab of ICSI Finishing School for Service Industry. The International Chamber for Service Industry, or ICSI, brought on ground India's first finishing school for the service industry in 1994. However, it has become an inspirational lab and turned completely digital post-pandemic. Here, the students link academics beyond syllabi. They journey from effective communication to connecting skills, curiosity to creativity, along with soft skills, life skills and technical skills. Health and wellness is another important component of the Inspirational Lab at ICSI. Inspirational Lab is an initiative of ICSI to develop a holistic approach in education transformation. Visit icsiindia.in.
Thank you very much. We are proud of all of you being a part of this particular program. So before winding up today, I just wish to tell you, tomorrow there's a special session where we will be talking about special children, particularly who need assistance, support, and what kind of a facilities has to be provided in India so that everybody can excel very well. And the college, the schools, the institutions, training centers, skill centers, everywhere we got to take these children also along. Tomorrow there's a special session. Don't forget to join us on that. And at the same time, ladies and gentlemen, day after tomorrow, on 13th, I shall be discussing with you on the tourism agenda, and we will talk a lot related to that, and we'll give you the quite summary what all we are going to cover on 14th. Do join us on 14th of January for the annual convention of the ICSI and win